In this video, we're going to be answering the question, does solar panels or adding solar panel add value to your home? Now, speaking about the value of your home, guys, look around the screen. You're going to see the link to our home evaluation site, maybe down below in the description. Go out there. We'll keep you updated on what your home's worth, whatever you do to it, and whatever the market does. We'll keep you updated on what your home's worth. Now, and again, in this video, we're going to be answering the question, does a solar panel increase the value of your home? Now, we're thinking about putting solar panels on our house. One of the first things we got to consider is how we're going to pay for it. Now, we can look at obviously paying cash. We can look at financing, or we can look at leasing it. Now, if we're paying cash or financing it, let's talk about these in the same breath here. And we're eventually going to end up owning these solar panels if we buy it with cash or finance it. Now, we've got to think about a break even when we're looking to dish out all that cash to pay for solar panels. Here in the city of Concord, the average home, it's probably going to cost $23,000 to $25,000 to put solar panels on there and power that home. Now, when we're looking at break even, a lot of times what we're hearing is they're saying about 10 years, it takes about 10 years to break even on it. Now, what that break even means is that the savings that's created by adding solar panels, those savings end up paying for themselves. They end up paying for the solar panels. So let's run a scenario. Let's say that you're paying about $3,000 a year in electricity. You add your solar panel and that totally goes away. So that creates a $3,000 a year savings. Now it costs you about $24,000 to install those solar panels. That means it's going to take about 8 years for you to break even with that $3,000 of savings. Now, the finance people out there is talking about time value of money and so forth. Not going to get into that with this video and things like that. So let's just think about an 8-year break even. So that 10-year doesn't sound too far-fetched. Now, one of the things we've got to think about is if we're actually looking at leasing it. Basically, in a lot of cases, what we're looking at with lease is we're looking at trading a PG&E bill or electrical bill for a solar lease. So it kind of offsets. So, what we're really looking at seeing the big bang and things and the big return is looking at buying the solar panels, put them on the home, taking your solar bill to zero and going beyond that break-even point, going beyond that 8-year in the scenario that we spoke about earlier. So the question we're trying to answer in this video is, does adding solar panel increase the value of our home? Now, to answer this question, what we did is we took a look at homes that sold in 2025 in the cities of Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and Martinez. That's Central Contra Costa County. And one of the things we found that the homes that had solar panels that were owned by the seller ended up selling for over $240,000 more on average than homes without solar panel. Now, we can't necessarily tie all that increase to solar panels because those homes also tended to be slightly bigger and they also tended to be in slightly better condition and things. Those folks who had those homes with solar panels tended to do more upgrades and so forth to their homes. So that's why we saw in a lot of cases those homes selling for more. But we did see overall an increase that those homes that had solar panels did end up selling for more. This kind of tells you is that if you're thinking about solar panels, you're thinking about putting solar panels on your home, it's probably you're going to see a return on investment in it when you end up selling that home. Now, if you look at leased solar panels, the homes with leased solar panels sold for about $94,000 more. Those homes also tended to be a little larger. They tend to be in better condition, not as large or as in good condition as the homes with owned solar panels, but they tended to be in a little bit better condition. Now, one of the challenges with leased solar panels is that the new buyer has to qualify for the lease. They have to take on the lease and so forth. It's something that you have to find a buyer that's open to that as well. If you're looking at selling a home that has solar panels that you've already paid for, basically you're getting a good return on investment because that buyer is coming in and they're buying a home that basically has a very low electrical cost or no electrical cost. So that's one of the reasons you see that big return on investment. Now, to learn more about some of the things you can do with your home, look around the screen. There's a couple videos up there. We're going to show one of them is looking at staging your home, what kind of return on investment you'll get with staging your home. Also, some things you can do to maximize your sale price when looking at selling your home. Now, another thing we did is we took a look at homes in the city of Concord that had solar panels and how they sold. And this was in 2025. Now, one of the things we found for homes that sold in 2025 is homes with solar panels sold for over $114,000 more. Now, we couldn't find enough solar leases in the city of Concord to really kind of differentiate those. So we looked at simply solar and non-solar. On an average, the homes that sold for about $114,000 more, actually a little higher than that. Now, we also found that those homes tend to be a little bit bigger. They tend to have more upgrades and so forth. So we can't necessarily tie all that increase to solar panels, but it's a good indication that having solar panels on your home, it's definitely going to increase the price. Again, look around the screen. There's another video up there. We're answering the question, does having a swimming pool increase the value of your home? Now, guys, the other thing is value of your home. That's one of the most important things out there, one of our most important assets. So look around the screen, look down below. You're going to see our home valuation site. Go out there and we'll keep you updated regarding the value of your home. Have a great rest of your week now. Bye-bye.